Donald Trump just gave an interview with Kristen Welker of NBC News where Donald Trump says, quote, that he could not care less if auto companies raise their prices. And he adds that he actually hopes they raise their prices. Donald Trump, in the same interview with NBC, also says that he is 100% committed to annexing Greenland and that a military option is not off the table. Quote, "We will get Greenland. Yeah, 100%, Trump said. He added that there's a, quote, good possibility that we could do it without military force, but that I don't take anything off the table. This comes from a wide-ranging interview with Kristen Welker of NBC. The video has not yet aired, but NBC has done a story on it. I'd like to recap the lowlights of what went down. The added benefit for you is that you're not going to have to actually hear Donald Trump's voice on this video. So here's the story from NBC News published moments ago. Trump says he couldn't care less if automakers raise prices due to tariffs and believes it's going to be a great thing since it's going to make people buy American-made cars. What it's really going to do is put automobile manufacturers and parts suppliers out of business. Donald Trump's 25% tariffs don't just include the auto manufacturers, but also includes all the manufacturers of parts in the supply chain. In an interview with NBC News, Donald Trump also said he wouldn't fire anyone involved in the Signal group chat and says he does not know what Signal even is. Let's take a look at this article. It says Donald Trump told NBC News in an interview Saturday he would not fire anyone involved in the Signal group chat scandal where military attack plans were divulged to a journalist, and later added that he couldn't care less if automakers raise prices due to tariffs. Donald Trump's statements to this effect were also made while he is in Mar-a-Lago playing golf and vacationing. Lindsey Graham posted on Saturday that he won a golf tournament with Donald Trump, and they were bragging about partying and vacationing together in Mar-a-Lago on the taxpayer dime. Tens of millions of dollars have already been spent by United States taxpayers funding Donald Trump's lavish vacations and weekend getaways, which have consumed much of his term thus far. Also, as I will be reporting shortly in the same video, federal spending is now actually reaching record highs. Doge has had the opposite effect, not surprisingly. NBC's article says in this wide-ranging interview, Trump also discussed his commitment to annexing Greenland and did not rule out military force. And again, this comes as J.D. Vance showed up at a military base in Greenland and attacked Denmark. Greenland is still a territory in the Kingdom of Denmark. The article goes on to say, following a week of headlines about Signal, tariffs, and Greenland, Trump waved off concerns that his agenda is causing volatility on Wall Street or decreasing consumer confidence. He claims, falsely, that consumer confidence is at record highs. He says, what I see is that we are on the right track. And then during this interview, at one point, he put Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland, on the phone as well as they were golfing together. Donald Trump, again, now dragging other European countries into this. No concern if automakers raise their prices. Trump said he couldn't care less if foreign automakers raise their prices after the 25% tariffs. Donald Trump said that the message he is sending to automakers and parts manufacturers after imposing this tariff is, quote, our message is congratulations, because if you make your car in the United States, you're going to make a lot of money. If you don't, you're going to have to probably come to the United States, because if you make your car in the United States, there is no tariff. When pressed if he told CEOs not to raise prices as reported by the Wall Street Journal, Trump lied and said, "No, I never said that. I couldn't care less if they raise prices because people are going to start buying American-made cars." At least Donald Trump's telling us what he really feels, though, about American consumers, and he doesn't give a crap if we can't afford to buy cars. Trump continued, "I couldn't care less. Let me be clear. I couldn't care less. I hope they raise prices. I hope they do it, because if they do, people are going to buy American-made cars. We have plenty." Donald Trump does not understand how a global supply chain works, and that this will actually bankrupt auto manufacturers and supply part manufacturers. Asked if he was concerned about car prices going up again, Trump said, "No, I couldn't care less, because if the prices on foreign cars go up, they're going to buy American cars." Goes on to talk about the 25% tariffs that Donald Trump announced and how Trump says April 2nd is going to be Liberation Day. Trump is asked, "Are these tariffs, what you call Liberation Day, will they be permanent, Donald?" He goes, quote, "Absolutely, they're permanent for sure. The world has been ripping off the United States for the last 40 years and more, and all we're doing is being fair, and frankly, I'm being very generous," he says. Then he talks about Liberation Day on April 2nd. Donald Trump goes on to talk about the signal incident in this interview as well. Donald Trump's asked, "Will you be firing anybody because they leaked classified war plans?" To which Trump responded, quote, "I don't fire people because of fake news and because of witch hunts." And he repeatedly referred to the fact that his top Defense Department officials and national security officials leak classified information, putting our troops in harm's way, and that they use devices like Signal, which they're not allowed to use. Trump says, "Witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt. That is all a witch hunt." Then Donald Trump says, "Also, it is fake news and a witch hunt." Donald Trump says, "I think it's just a witch hunt, and it's the fake news. Like, you talk about it all the time, but it's a witch hunt, and it shouldn't be talked about at all. We had a successful strike. We struck very hard and lethal, and nobody wants to talk about that. All they want to talk about is nonsense and fake news, fake news." So then he's asked about Signal and the use. Will it be used more to share classified information, which you're not allowed to do? Trump goes, "I have no idea what Signal is. I don't care what Signal is. All I can tell you is it's just a witch hunt, and it's the only thing the press wants to talk about because you have nothing else to talk about, because this has been the greatest 100-day presidency in history." Yes, in the history of the country, he says. Then he talks about Greenland. He says everything is on the table to obtain Greenland. He says in this call to Kristen Welker, "Absolutely, we will take Greenland. We will get it. We will get Greenland. Yes, 100%. He added, "There's, quote, a good possibility that we can do it without military force, but I don't take anything off the table," he says. And again, this follows J.D. Vance and J.D. Vance's wife, Usha, going to Greenland. Not a single Greenlander would allow them near or in their homes. They planned massive rallies, so J.D. Vance had to just show up at a military base, wave to nobody, and then leave. Asked what message acquiring Greenland would send to Russia and the rest of the world, Trump said, quote, "I really don't think about that, and I really don't care. Greenland's a very separate subject, very different. It's international peace, it's international security and strength," quote. "You have ships sailing outside Greenland from Russia, from China, and from many other places, and we're not going to allow things to happen that are going to hurt the world and the United States. This is happening as we learn that federal spending is surging. Despite the chaos caused by Trump, Musk, and Doge, federal spending is on pace to come in at 7.4% higher this year than last. The federal government has spent 1.893 trillion in 2025 as of March 26, compared to 1.763 trillion at the same date last year. MarketWatch notes that by comparison, federal spending at the end of the first quarter in 2024 was on track to be 1.6% lower than the prior year, though overall spending ended up 3% higher for full year 2024 compared to 2023. It should also be noted that Donald Trump has canceled the White House Correspondents Association comedian headliner because they said that she's too mean to Donald Trump. So the White House Correspondents Association, which has been captured by the Trump regime, is now saying no comedians because Donald Trump can't handle a joke. That's what's happening now. We'll keep you posted with more updates. When we get the video, we'll share that video as well. I thought this was very important that we bring this to you right away and urgently. Of course, I'll bring the receipts once those videos are made available for you. Now hit subscribe, help us get to 5 million subscribers, and thank you so much for watching this video. Check out MeidasPlus.com for more. MeidasPlus.com. Thanks, Meidas Mighty. Hang in there. We're in this together.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.